Hey everybody, Rhadamant here. Thanks for tuning in to Aspera episode 6, which originally aired live on Twitch. Let's get started. So I was staring at this because the last time I played was 5 weeks ago. It's been 5 weeks. It's been a crazy IRL 5 weeks. And I vaguely remember where we left off. I remember that our sort of transportation system got severed due to the fact that, things got flooded. Things got flooded because we've been adding water and heat. The polar caps melted, and we have significant water on Mars. And other things are going to flood too. We did sort of a quick push to get research outposts out here. This was sort of far-flung research outposts that I thought I might be able to incorporate. Let me unpause it. Get some of that music. And then what we're doing right now is just trying to, shore up our sort of infrastructure. We're currently in the ecopoiesis stage, which is trying to raise the O2 levels. Now, the little dangerous thing about the O2 levels, it has to be in ratio of... You don't want to get too much oxygen, because if you get too much oxygen, things start to set on fire. So, yeah, the ecopoiesis stage is a dangerous one. But before I even push the atmospheric oxygen, I definitely want to make sure I replace all the infrastructure that has been sunk. But my brain here, I'm like barely able to remember what I was doing, right? Because it has been so long. Hey, thanks for the resub, Cthulhu. I don't know if my sound alerts were working though. That concerns me. So we did manage to reroute through the uses of little outposts our hyperloop. So now our hyperloop serves both the east and west here, and then up north everything is sinking, as you can see. And in, what is this? Isidis Planetia, that like sunk into the ocean as well. So yeah. A lot of the buildings here look to be basically broken down. Structural integrity of essentially 0. So that will be my first focus. One little project at a time until my brain catches back up. So taking a look here. This has all of the resources it needs to build maintenance drones. Hey, that one made noise. Thanks, Glitch. This was not a ploy to have you guys donate anything. I was just wondering why there wasn't an alert before. So all of the major decisions, as mentioned up in the title, will be polled. And I do have my poll ready. But another thing is, if you have any suggestions, feel free to just mention them in chat. Because... right now, I'm just trying to straighten out what I've been working on. Now, there has been a major patch, patch number 5, since I last played. So patch number 5, the patch notes reads as this. Fixed a bug which caused storage centers to hoard resources, which is obviously no good. It, prevented some quests from being launched. It added uranium to the Hualong zone. So, of course... where the nuclear silos were, it kind of didn't make sense for there not to be uranium. And in fact, I would go so far as to say, I don't know if I've ever seen uranium yet in this game, which is odd because I've played this before. This is not my first playthrough of this, and I had access to uranium. So I do find it a little odd that I don't know where any uranium is. So that patch might only be... it might not be retroactive. It might only be proactive going forward, and won't retroactively add uranium to, well, anything. Because I don't see any uranium anywhere. Not that I really need to tap it. I'm got a pretty hardy grid of renewables. Yeah, I don't see uranium anywhere. Okay, well, whatever. I guess I can't nuke Mars. I'm not that upset. Other bugs and patches. Let's see. Fixed an issue that unlocked sectors in incorrect order. Some basic rebalancing of previously scarce resources. That kind of thing. It wasn't a groundbreaking patch, but then there was an advanced branch. I am not on that advanced branch because I didn't start this game off on a an advanced branch, so we're just on the normal branch. All right, let's speed up time even more. I normally play at times 16, so playing on times 2 is super slow. In terms of, I guess my first question is, I obviously lost a lot of potential resources due to the oncoming ocean, and I'm trying to figure out what resources were most lost. So up here, I lost access to chemicals pretty significantly, and over here, I lost access to iron pretty significantly. So moving forward, I should probably try to tap as much iron and chemicals as I can. There is a fair bit of chemicals here. And I have a maintenance facility here, so I'd imagine that previously I had planned on this. So I will build that and offer it power. I guess I'll do solar over wind. There. Hey, Sky Collective, thanks for the bits. Yeah, it's deep drill time. Deep drilling. But that would trigger a bug infestation. I don't want that. And then as far as chemicals go, ooh, I don't know. Chemicals with the purple stuff. Let's see if there's any good nodes. 1,000. Oh, that's a big node of chemicals. And it's not too far from the nearest hyperloop. So if I upgrade the ways to it, that should be maybe okay. Ideally, you would have your high yield plants, like things that are in the 4,000s right next to a hyperloop exit so that you can travel around real quick. Yep. Let me pull Yoda a little closer. He is almost blending into Mars here. Hey, buddy. Hi. There we go. He looks like... Yeah, he looks a bit of like a Martian. Alright, so these iron mines that I just set up, or am in the process of setting up, I'm also going to need to upgrade the ways here as well. But again, there's a hyperloop not too far. So that's good. Darker terrain is lower elevation, yes. So everything in the dark terrain, you will eventually become water. As you can see, the deepest craters are becoming water first. The whole northern latitudes are obviously sunk. And then what I previously had my hyperloops connected here, and that's sunk as well. Now, as things warm up even further, we are now above zero. So, you know, there is no ice. It's all liquid water. But as things progress further, more things will sink into the ocean. So I think if you zoom all the way out, you can kind of see the dark brown and the light, or dark brown, light tan, sort of the red clay, I don't know, whatever it is. That will be the line. So, like, this hyperloop might be safe, but these other two hyperloops might sink. I don't exactly know where the line is, but it's one of these, you will find out. I'm sure the game will inform me when my structures sink into the ocean. Now, one of the things I haven't kept up on is protection. I obviously built a whole lot of the hive hubs. So if we go to the military tab, you can kind of see... Okay, let's go to combat. You can kind of see what I have protected. These yellow circles, overlapping circles. But a very, very, very fair portion of the map is not protected. So that's another thing that that we sort of let go. I defeated Carmine, but you know, whether Carmine was a part of me or not, and whether that will come back or not, is yet to be seen. Oh, Gale Crater. That's where the Curiosity rover is right now. That's where it died. So nothing I am doing right now seems to be getting built. Let me prioritize it. Now, taking a look at all my resources at the bottom here, I'm not really lacking in anything but food. My food is a little low, and food is made from chemicals and water, which I know sounds gross. So that large chemical plant that I queued up, that's another one of these like must-have soon type constructions. Or was it? I don't even remember. Was it? No, that was a storage center. Because if my food dips too low, what will end up happening is my population of 847, it's down here in the bottom left, will start to depart. And as you can see, already 80 of them are departing. Now, there are going to be some Martians that are just born here, Martian born, or whatever you want to call it. So we can replenish our population not through immigration, but through, you know, just having children. And the game did go in length about that program, about, you know, the colonizers here sent a bunch of frozen eggs to then be incubated in like auntie units or whatever they called it. Kind of sounded pretty weird. I don't think that humans, even in the near future, would want to forego a traditional sort of birth process for like sticking their eggs in a little incubator. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong about that. So right now, all I'm doing is sort of just speculating on where I'm going to source more materials. So first things first, I think getting my chemical amount up would be good. But so the issue here is most of the access I have to like chemicals sucks, because either it's disappearing into the ocean really soon, or there are small nodes that are not plentiful. Wait, seriously, where was that chem plant that I just put down? Having like a weird moment here. All right, so that maintenance facility will cover that chem plant. But this chem plant's not going to be able to supply my grid very fast because it's... Oh, yeah, here it is. All right, well, increase the priority here and upgrade the way to the hyperloop to high-tier roads. This is a chem plant 3, so that should be pretty good. And then the other resource that I need to be concerned about is water. Oddly enough, the oceans are overtaking my colonies, but still I have to mine for water. Seems strange. Seems actually a bit of an oversight. That would be required. I do have some water extractors already queued up, so I guess need to prioritize them. Now, if you zoom all the way out, there should show me zones. Where is that zone map? I don't know how to get out to that. Traffic, power, scanner. Okay, scanners. So in the scanner zone, they changed the menu. As you can see, there are hot spots for water, or whatever. Moist spots. I don't like that. But let's go back to scanner. So if I really, really, really need water, I can plan on getting it from these specific areas. The trick with that is just getting your hyperloops out to that location, because that is pretty far. That is not an easy jump. I would need to make quite a concerted effort to send these tendrils of my... What would you say? Empire? I don't know. Empire sounds so evil. But my tendrils out that way. And that's kind of a fair run. Another thing is a lot of my construction bots are busy breaking down these buildings. So what ends up happening when your buildings get destroyed is the scrap will pend. there'll be pending scrap. And then you have to grab the resources and store it. So one issue that I could be having right now is actually just literally being out of storage. So I can't break down my structures quickly. So what I'm going to do is next to my hyperloops, put little storage. Well, no, don't put it here, because that is in a floodplain. And the game will tell you if you see irregular terrain, blocks resources, flood zone. So this is not flood zone, but this is flood zone. It's the flood zone's like around here. So yeah, let's put in some storages, but also keeping in mind that we need maintenance for it. So where is the maintenance? Oh, way out here. Oh, that's rotten. All right, that'll have to do. And some additional storages might speed up my workers doing their job a little bit better. I hope. So just adding a few more storages. Okay, well, this whole cluster, this outpost or whatever you want to call it, was totally breaking down when I loaded in, so it's looking a lot better now. And we're definitely getting storage centers built. And then I'm just going to upgrade the roads between the hyperloops and the storage centers so that storing stuff is quick. Quick, clean, and efficient. Alright, so these iron mines are now built. Let's make sure that the way to the storage is upgraded and the way to the hyperloop is upgraded. Where is this hyperloop? It's right here, okay. So hyperloop, upgrade ways to the iron mines. And this way, these iron mines will be able to feed everything. Do I have a favorite genre of game? That's a good question. I don't know. Sort of strategy games, I guess. But I play a little bit of everything. I even play stuff that I wouldn't necessarily play on stream too. Yeah, pretty huge variety. So how is Amy? Yeah, she's a little discombobulated. Little turned around that she was, you know. I don't know. Some of it is like, how much can you believe the humans? Because I do think, to some degree or another, the humans are supposed to not be truly 100% believed, as odd as that sounds. So it's like, you know, has Amy really lost her mind, or is there, like, other things at play? I don't know. We'll see. Let's see if I can call Echo. Okay, I called her. We'll see if she shows up. She might be eating dinner, too. Oh, no, here she is. Hi, girl. Hi. Hi. You want up on the couch? Yeah. Okay. You want to just say hi to me and then leave? Okay. Hello. Okay. Yep. Yep. Your tongue went in my mouth. Great. Thank you. And goodbye. And she left. Tusk, however... Tusk is great because she stays. Hi, Tusk. So it looks like this carbon mine is out of carbon, but I'm going to leave it because this carbon mine is connected to a high traffic road. And if I break down the carbon mine, the road goes kablooey, and I don't want that. But this iron mine, this could break down because it's actually not connected to anything. So, pending scrap. All right, I'm going to slow down time just a little bit. So I feel like so much is happening, I need to sort of catch up. So this iron up here might... Ooh, wow, those are big notes too. This here, I don't think is in flood zones. But I digress here. My iron is not my bottleneck. It's chemicals, and I'm like, ooh, lots of iron, and then realize, yeah, but it's chemicals that I'm after. So, if I take a look at the maintenance facility, this maintenance facility does not cover this chemical patch. So, I think my best bet here is to send solar farms and worker hubs out here, and then get that chem patch. All right, so this solar farm and worker hub will work towards that. And then also water. I never really figured out water either. All right, 2,000. Okay, there's a lot of water here, actually. Yeah, okay. This is plenty of water. So, too close to the maintenance. Oh, man, I'm going to have to move the maintenance facility. Fine. I'll build another one. Wait, didn't I just... What happened? I am 99% sure I was like, hey, build a maintenance facility right here. There it goes. Hey, Miles Cactus, thanks for resub. Welcome, buddy. How you doing? Oops. All right, so here is definitely my water source. And then I was getting chemicals out this way, so I'm just waiting for the solar farm, and it's almost has the glass it needs. The other thing is I'll probably want a hyperloop over here. Like I'll put a hyperloop here, and this will be really good because, as you can see, it connects a lot of things together. It can build a lot of paths. Because then you'll have multiple points, you know, not just one point of failure, but multiple points of redundancy. Okay, so that's built. Next up, the worker hub. And then the hyperloop. And then out here where the hyperloop is, we'll also put maintenance maybe there. And another solar farm to bring power out that way. And let's prioritize this. All for some chemicals, right? Can we add the banjo song from Outer Wilds every time I complete a quest? The thing is, I don't know if I'm legally allowed to, you know, use music from other games. I would really have to check the, you know, the copyright policies of Outer Wilds. See if they allow something like that. Because a lot of the times the answer is no. Yeah, DMCA, exactly. You know what I'm talking about. Yes, the Digital Millennium Rights, or Digital Millennium Copyright Act. All right, Factory Upgrade 2 just got researched. Cool. Or, yeah, Upgrade 2 for Factories Level 3. Taking a look at the research tree, I have thermal plants and engineering. Thermal plants, extract power from underground heat source. In space, we would need to go to space tier 3. In biotech, I have bioengineered cyanobacteria, which converts CO2 to O2. Like I said, you have to be very careful about how fast you make that change, because if you go too fast and Mars becomes too oxygenated, you have a bit of a runaway effect. And then in military, it would be military level 3. So I am going to write these down, sort of. What research should I do? And it will be engineering, space, biotech, or military. Ta-da! All right, go ahead and vote. 1, 2, 3, 4. For now, I'm just going to, because space fell behind, I'm going to get space tier 3. But I'll change that as soon as you guys vote. I'm just going with like the thing that got left behind, the furthest gets focused on the first. But it's not necessarily that I'm trying to override your opinion or whatever. All right, so we don't need 2 maintenance facilities, so we'll scrap the other one. And then in factories, now we have level 3 factories. I don't think You know what? Food factories might be good because my food is real bad. I am doing a really, really piss poor job of like actually keeping people fed. So here's my old food factories. I'm going to upgrade them to tier 3. I think what's happening is they're basically just not receiving resources. It's not so much that, yeah. So I definitely have to focus on getting chemicals and water. Because that is, you know. Amy, if you don't feed the humans, there won't be humans. Maybe she doesn't want humans. Maybe this is a indirect sabotage or something, I don't know. But here, water extractors, 1... and 2. Some of these nodes aren't that great, but at least they'll pay for my water budget for now. 3 and 4. It also looks like this area doesn't have maintenance. No, just this one doesn't have maintenance. How much water's here? Oh, that's a lot of water to leave. Okay, I guess I'm getting another maintenance facility. So I'm going whole hog on the investing in the water here.
I am gaining a better understanding of these space technologies.
Okay, what a generic statement. And then I do still need to worry about chemicals because there's not a lot of chemicals. Is this a floodplain? Yes, this is a flood zone. So that's not a good long-term. Oh, just, yeah. Turn into the Wendigos. Perfect. Perfect solution, Glitch. Just make the humans eat other humans. And just keep importing new humans for other humans to eat. Why not? That sounds, enticing. Okay, so here's the worker hub. And we're building the hyperloop. As soon as we get this hyperloop built, we'll be able to really accelerate building that. That's bad node. Okay, let's go to scanner mode, actually. Where are there chemicals? There's chemicals down here. I could work my way down here, but I think this is a flood zone. So actually, maybe that's not that helpful. Because that will disappear. I should look for chemicals in this view. That would be a lot more sensible. So there's 4,000 here. I don't know. We'll just keep doing what I'm doing. Oh, definitely upgrade that maintenance facility. Wait, why do I have 2 maintenance? Wait, what? Oh god, I did click the other one. Okay, I'm having a senile moment. Cool. The other things that we're gonna want is over here. We're gonna want okay, that's a flood zone. We're gonna want worker hubs to help move the water around, and then I'll even put a hyperloop next to all this as well, just to really accelerate the rate. And maybe, is there power out? Yeah, make sure that there's power out here too. All right, taking a look. You all say military tech? Okie dokie. Military it is. I'm going to let space finish up before I go millie. No, I'll just go military. So we have to do tier 3 military. And all right, so here's what the temperature looks like. Around the equator is obviously warmest. Here's the biome. So without a legend, I don't even know how to read this. But I guess this is the like Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn, or the Martian version of it. And then the humidity. Oh, look at that beautiful humidity map. I like it. Hey JD, welcome to the stream. All right, has any of my expansion projects been built yet? Yes, here's the hyperloop. So we're going to connect this hyperloop to this one. And then the road between the hyperloop. And then we're also going to want some storage right here. Okay, so once this hyperloop gets upgraded, we'll also connect the hyperloop down here too, or I guess this one. All right, is that the only connections I can make? Yeah. Still, some redundant, some... Oh, over here too. Done. Triple loops. Yeah, it's been a while for me as well. I was definitely, due to moving in real life, on a lengthy hiatus from midweek streams. But I'm back. Wobba lubba dub dub, I'm back, baby. So I think having the highest level roads, very, very, very useful. What is this maintenance facility for? What was I doing here? Oh, the silicon maybe? I don't even know why we have a maintenance facility out this way. There doesn't seem to be any resources worth going for. So, I don't know. Yeah, I know it means I'm in great pain. No, I'm not in great pain. Just the full quote of I'm back, baby, or I don't know, never mind. Ignore me. All right. This silicon mine is out. Let's turn it off because it does act as a highway. Canadian Sleepyhead, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the stream. That is an interesting name. If you want to let me know what that name means, you just sleep in. Well, welcome. I'd have Yoda say hi to you.
Halfway through the technology upgrades.
Actually, I think the like aspect ratio of the camera right now is off because Yoda's barely in stream. So we're halfway done with Military 3. What I'm going to do is put it back up to you on what I research next, if I continue military or do something else. That choice will be up to you. This game is about terraforming via exploiting resources. So, yes. It's not about one or the other. It's definitely about yes. Your goal is to follow 1 million small streamers on Twitch before the end of the year? Well, good luck with that goal. That sounds daunting. Sounds like a lot of following. So I'll probably never see you back. And in that case, it was a pleasure having you for all of seconds. But doing the quick math in my head, I know that if we have a conversation, you're not getting any closer to your goal. Yeah, so ultimately the game is about terraforming Mars, and you play the role of an artificial intelligence entity named Amy, and you have to make choices about how you terraform Mars. Sometimes they're hard choices, like, do I terraform by blowing up nukes on the poles, and how would that affect, you know, humans or whatever, or... There's other such tough choices as well. So just to keep that in mind, is a pretty fun game. It is mostly, what is this game like? Do you guys know of any games similar to this? I mean, it's sort of like Surviving Mars in the way that you're terraforming Mars, of course, but this is more about it's like the terraforming of Surviving Mars as sort of the mainstay of the gameplay. But it is still fun. I do want to stress that despite the fact that it is mostly just simple terraforming, it is fun to sort of engineer solutions and supply and demand, and I don't know. It has its charm. It's not all just... I'm not describing it well. Alright, so let's upgrade the roads between the chemical farm and the hyperloop, so this hyperloop can supply our food. So the food factories are just one hop away from the hyperloop. But if you take a look, and I'm sure you have, if you take a look at my food amount, I'm no closer whatsoever to having a decent amount of food. So that's real bad. My population here on Mars is dwindling. Looks very complicated. Well, I do have 5 episodes on YouTube already from the first stream where I explain what's going on a little bit more carefully and slowly. Okay, military is now done. You say double down on military. We'll go and do that. So I can increase the assault drone shields. I can go for a better drone factory or a drone speed. I'm going to go drone speed so that I can deploy my drones more quickly to the scene of a battle or whatever. I feel like that warrants most merit. Okay, so now we have this Chem Plant 3 cranking out the chemicals. The last thing I probably want is a worker hub sitting right next to it to do the supplying. So maybe I'll put the worker hub here. And that should be a really good source of chemicals for our food. And then over here, we are going to need to quickly tap in... where is it? Here. Quickly tap all the water sources here because we can't really make food with without the water. So another thing I'm going to do, let's do a storage facility for the water and get that built. And I'm just trying to increase the road systems so that we travel around this where all the water is quickly. Pirate life form, or for me, pirate life for me. That's what it is. You're not a pirate life form. Although that would be a pretty cool name. Thanks for the follow. And welcome to the stream. All right, so this hyperloop needs to connect to here and maybe connect to the really close adjacent one. I'm not going to bother connecting to this one because this one's dead and to be recycled. And one worker hub might not be enough here. We might need two. The one worker I have, its workload seems crippling, so we'll go for a second one. So after my assault drones speed research, what will the next research project be? What do the big brains in chat say I should do? All right, looking at the scanner zone, if I wanted more chemicals here. Why is this halted? Oh, this is halted because probably a lack of a worker hub here and a lack of storage and a lack of a hyperloop. We'll get all those things, and then it should be a lot better. Cool. So if I am to push the story ahead, not to influence the vote one way or another, if I am to push the story ahead, one thing I would need to do is to start working on ecopoiesis, which is to say, why is this facility falling apart? Sorry, one thing at a time. Because I have no maintenance? Where's my maintenance? Ah, yeah, it's like right outside of my zone of maintenance. All right, let's scrap this spaceport. It doesn't seem like I can keep it up and running because it's going to fall apart. So if I was to push the story ahead, because the story is basically waiting for me to have, 1 millibar of oxygen. If I take a look at my current research in biotech, I would really need cyanobacteria, I think. I could build some oxygen release plants. The problem with the oxygen release plants is I do believe the oxygen release plants will vie for the same resources that I need to make food with. Yes. Yep. That is exactly right. Now, I can also start adding biodomes. So maybe I'll do that. I'll add one biodome, and I'm going to add them near my previously existing colonies. So let me add one here. Yeah, because, you know, I have a bit of a food shortage, and food requires water and chemicals, and the oxygen release plant requires water and chemicals. So if I actually do want food, I can't then go say, oh, you know, all the resources that are earmarked for food, well, guess what? They're all going to, they're all going straight over to oxygen. All right, so this little water mining setup is coming along. And my water amount, and my chemicals amount, and my food is on a climb. And there aren't too many departures now. Another thing I needed to do is, what are my current space... What are my current space missions? What am I currently running? So this spaceport... I don't even know if they're doing anything. Are they? Yeah, I think I can queue them all up. Yeah, none of my spaceports are actually doing any operations right now. So... I can import greenhouse gas from Earth. I think I'll do that. That way, as I add biodomes to Mars, there is still a good percentage of the atmosphere that stays Earth. And it looks to be... I'll leave the poll up a little bit longer. It saves you from looking at my face. Yeah. I'll leave the poll up a little bit longer and have you break that tie, maybe. If you so see fit. If you don't want to break the tie, you don't need to. Interestingly enough, everything in the storage center does not seem to be chemical related. So it looks like the chemicals are being immediately used, which I guess is a good thing. Have I finished the mirror array? I do believe I have, yeah. 15 out of 15 launches. So the mirror array is completely done. I have repaired the satellite. I've unlocked a whole bunch of sectors. I don't need to replenish the black polar dust. Oh, you know what? Of one of those, let me cancel one of these. Greenhouse gas importations. So cancel this one. Can I unlock Sector 9? Oh no, I already have Sector 9. Well, I'm gonna leave one of my spaceports open anyway, just because. You know, because something might come up and I might want a free spaceport. That doesn't sound like a terrible idea. All right. Another little micro project I should work on is adding maintenance facilities and worker hubs to all of the hyperloops so that things can transfer more quickly between loops. So this hyperloop does not have a storage center, and it doesn't have a worker hub. This hyperloop will get the same treatment. This one I know it has it because I just built it to spec, to code. Okay, this one has a storage center, but no worker hub. And a lot of these solar farms are oddly prioritized. I don't know why. Probably when I was building them. Alright, so this one has a worker hub and a... Okay, good. This one's already done. I just need to increase the roads. Hey, Fail! Welcome to the stream. This one has a maintenance facility. Well, that's half the battle. Alright, where's storage? Here's storage. Here's a hub. So the way it works is, you know, storage obviously just stores stuff, and the hubs are basically your transportation. Yeah. So this hyperloop isn't really all that necessary, because this hyperloop is getting built. But I'll be patient. So over here, yep, it's just a matter of upgrading roads. Oh, okay, now military and engineering are tied. I don't know what you guys want. I could always be the tiebreaker, I guess. Alright, so my food amount is holding, but still a lot of people are pending departures. Let me go stare at my water grid a little bit longer. Yep. That would be good, because the roads around my water grid are not upgraded. The more upgraded your roads, the faster things travel. The faster things travel, the faster they supply. The faster they supply, the more food or whatever you get. So it is all one big interconnected system. The areas that are flooded are basically off limits, yes. There's essentially no coming back from that. So now that these areas are like, you know, underwater or whatever, they're just gone to me. And that's just the way the game works. And I'm actually preemptively scrapping some of them because I know that they're going to be underwater soon. Much the way that, you know, the US government might pay people that live in a flood zone to move because it's cheaper to have them move and not turn into a FEMA disaster than to have them stay and, you know, drown or require a National Guard or whatever. So. All right, so now there's a very healthy sort of road network for all of these water extractors. And these water extractors, so far, as you can see, their efficiencies are 100% or 99%. Basically, they have not filled. Now, this water extractor back here has filled up. I'll put a worker hub next to it.
This will make my drones faster. They will be more effective as a result.
And let's call it engineering. Engineering has won for next. Next tech. So yeah, one of the weird things about this game is as soon as you start terraforming, there's a ton of sites that just go lost. So like this abandoned Martian resort or the Viking Lander 2 or Taiwan One Lander, they're just sort of gone. Wolf of Deceit, thanks for the raid. Give you a little shout out. What were you playing? You were playing RimWorld. Well, I know why your viewers are here, because I am known to play quite a bit of RimWorld. Tell me about the series that you're, streaming. I only have one going on right now, but I am working on another soon, so. And welcome all your viewers. I'm curious if any of you follow me already or not. Oh, got done ruining a colony there, huh? I know how that feels. I've had a great many of my colonies ruined by, trolls. I don't know if Moro's here, but you came to mind. I actually have an ongoing joke with some of my YouTube series. In my YouTube series, in many of the series that I've had on YouTube, there will often be one character who like totally doesn't pull their own weight, and as a result gets nicknamed like the Doc or the J, because you know I've had YouTube series where characters named Doc and J just like did nothing. They sat around doing nothing. You're attempting a world domination with Toolkit. Nice. But your viewers just beat you. I mean, yeah, that's kind of how it goes, unfortunately. Yeah, my first few series that I had, which had Twitch Toolkit, or Mudge, yes, of course, Mudge. Mudge, it wasn't so much his fault because he became brain injured. He had a traumatic brain injury, so I don't want to go so far as to say Mudge was like Doc and Jay, whereas Doc and Jay chose to be the way they were. Mudge got brained by a revolver, and that was not exactly his fault. Right? Little different. Pretty similar, though. Pretty similar. Because Mudge... But Mudge was hilarious. Mudge... So I had a pawn named Mudge in a series where the outside temperature was very, very hot. And the even slightest amount of heat stroke would cause Mudge to collapse. Or if he smoked smoke leaf, really any loss of consciousness, no matter how slight, would make him just, like, go unconscious. So what was really funny about Mudge is I had this colony in an extremely hot desert, and Mudge could never go outside. Like, if he went outside, he would basically just collapse and die. He was just such a sad sack. Yeah, but a lot of my series have characters like that. You know, to some degree or another, I find it endearing and I find it funny when I have characters that are just like constantly unconscious, no fault of their own. It's not like they're psychasters and they use like, you know, neuroquake or whatever. It's just that they were unconscious, and it's funny to see them collapse. Am I evil? Probably. But yeah, the trick with Twitch Toolkit is to balance it well. And it's very difficult to balance because balance changes very heavily depending on your viewers. So if you have too many benevolent viewers that want to help you out, it's like, oh, well, you don't have to farm because you'll just have stuff gifted to you. Or if you have too many viewers that want you dead, you know. So there's a very careful and difficult balance to be had. One that only another streamer could say that they appreciate. So I appreciate how tough it is to try to have it, like, work correctly or whatever you want to call it. So I know how it feels. I can sympathize. But here I am in Aspera. So Aspera, for the few raiders that might not know, it is a game where you're essentially just an AI tasked with terraforming Mars. So all I'm doing right now is essentially planning out terraforming. So my current issue right now, which is actually becoming far less of an issue, as I'm sure you can see, I had a big food shortage. I had a rather significant food shortage, and I am trying to fix that food shortage. And I think one of the problems I have is I don't have enough worker hubs near my food factories. So I'm going to, even if it ruins my roads, I'm going to add a bunch of worker hubs near the food factories and hope that they prioritize my food factories. If they don't, what I'm going to have is probably a hyperlooped district just for food factories, so that the only thing that the worker hubs and the workers have to do there is to work on food. Because right now I have a pretty healthy amount of chemicals and water. I just still don't have the food that I was looking for. And that's ultimately a problem because people will leave Mars, and I'm supposed to be colonizing Mars, not decolonizing Mars. Man. And the fewer people that I have, basically humans are your research resource. So the fewer humans that I have, oops, that's not what I meant to do, the slower my research gets. So as you may have noticed, it's getting to a point where, like, you know, the drone assault speed 3 is taking a good long time. It's a high-tech research, and it just takes a while. Yeah, I do like a challenge, so chat usually likes to crank things to 11. That's totally fine. I appreciate it. And they know when it gets too ridiculous. I mean, there is a point where it's like, oh, okay, I need to breathe. Give me breathing space, but most of the time I do really like when there's a fire lit under me, you know? Play best in crises. But it, you know, there's got to be some sort of level of organized chaos, because it can't just be like a train wreck. That feels a bit different than it's like, oh, constant combat or what, you know, as long as you can sort of plan for it or whatever. All right, so food. I want to get my food up. So the other thought about food is it might be possible, or it might be necessary to add food here where the water's extracting. Unfortunately, as far as I could tell, there's really nowhere on the map where I have a huge amount of water and chemicals in the same place, which would be great for a food factory. So I have to sort of pick, what do I prioritize? Do I prioritize food? Do I prioritize, you know, and where do I put it? Kind of annoying, if you ask me. So I'm trying to negotiate that a bit. But another thing I could do is use my steel, which, ooh boy, I just realized I have not a whole lot of steel because I don't have a lot of carbon. So let me fix that issue now. Carbon. And hopefully big nodes of carbon. I want to see something in the 2,000-3,000 range. If I can. Oh, that's titanium. That's aluminum. Aluminium. There's almost 2K carbon, but it's not clustered. Come on, carbon mines, where are you? All right, so there's a whole big cluster of carbon here. I guess we go for that. That's gonna take me a while, though. I'm not thrilled about trying to get my carbon from up there, but like, I guess I have to. Oh, is this a... No, okay, it's not a flood zone. That's good. Projects like these do take a long time to complete, though. Like long chains like this. Okay. I'll put a hyperloop at the end of it. Have I noticed the resource rebalancing they did in the last update? So this game started December 20th, so I don't really know if it's retroactive, that resource rebalancing. So ultimately I have to say no, like I haven't noticed a benefit at all. But that could just be as a result of I am on the same map that was generated. I don't know. What I do know is I added a whole bunch of worker hubs around here. Now, the next thing I need to do is tie these worker hubs together with better roads, but it does... I have, as you can tell, seen my immediate food start to tick up. So I guess the answer was I had overly stressed workers that had too many tasks. So I'm just upgrading all the roadways. But a lot of the one of the negative consequences is a lot of the upgraded roadways that I've been adding here have basically burned my steel supply. I don't really have steel anymore because I'm trying to build an interconnected steel highway. So right now what I'm doing is I'm upgrading my steel factory to tier level 3. Boom. There's one of them. And then I have another steel factory here that can go upgrade to tier level 3. And I'll leave them prioritized, and hopefully that will help my steel bounce back. Now, the other issue is I have a lack of carbon, and that can only really be mined, right? I'm not going to... Well, I guess there's technically carbon capture, but... do I want to... What are the coordinates to move the storyline along? So right now I'm working at ecopoiesis. So there's actually not coordinates to move the story along. I need to make more oxygen. So it's really just a lack of me setting up, to producing more oxygen. But what I'm trying to do first is support... I'm trying to support my populations, as I do think that is important. Because I don't want there to be a mass exodus of starving humans that leave as a result of my negligence. So before I focus on the storyline, I'm just trying to get them fed and whatever. All right, and then we'll put a hyperloop here. Good. All right, so here's my new steel factories. My steel is sort of bouncing back. My food is definitely bouncing back, and I still have 79 pending departures, but with any luck, that number will come down as my food supply is okay. Knowing that the lack of worker hubs was sort of the cause of my food shortage, another thing I'm going to do is just add in a few more worker hubs here, just to help take the brunt of the work. So, yeah, here's my food sector. I'm not going to do much more because I have way too many roads queued to upgrade anyway. So, I guess the question is, and let me set up a poll for this. Hey, the Ray. Thanks for the follow. Hello. Thank you for watching Per Aspera Episode 6, which originally aired live on Twitch. If you have any feedback for me, let me know in the comments below. Keep in mind that there are 4 more hours yet to air from the stream. If you would like to catch a stream, just go to Rhadamant.com for the links to Discord, where you can sign up for Twitch announcements, the links to Twitch, or my stream schedule. Thank you all so very much for watching. I will catch you next episode. Farewell, everybody.